that was just it just ends up like just like smart here by Crazy Raccoons.
It is. They're having to push everything, and Raccoon pops the fate of both worlds to counter any sort of silent seduction. Deals by the corner with an Agamotto and catches 3. It's going to be NX out of action, a critical one for the side of Uwinks to claim the point for themselves.
The fact that they were able to still bring up to 99 is really good. Uwinks still can't afford to lose the team fight just so that they can actually get more numbers on the board. Hyan has already found the supernova here just to push people away. Moths to a flame. What is the opposite of that? That is what's happening right now as Uwinks try to gather themselves and still hold up shop here as Crazy Raccoons are gonna try to come back in this team fight. They still have the numbers advantage here. Hyan taking out the Warlock. The Warlock can come back on in. JT3 hunting down the finish onto the Emma Frost. And now just putting the finishing touches here as Crazy Raccoons wipe out Uwinks.
It's just a focus fire onto the Cosmic Revival, and those final players from the side of Uwinks fall to the wayside. Over time, clock is burning, and really Crazy Raccoons pushing the map control.
Let's see if Uwinks can kind of push their way out to drop down a point.
I mean, they're in this choke point at the moment, and it's just too much to bear. The slam dunk from Hyan does everything. Now they're just picking them off bit by bit. The Ling Neil had to not even take the dignity of falling off the map. We'll get a few alt charges towards their next Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to starve your team of presence, and unfortunately he wasn't able to do that self-sacrifice play. So Uwinks back to the drawing board here as they try and close the distance. They do have access to that portal, but I mean, they have such good line of sight here, especially with the hit scan of NX. It's just so hard for them to even just get some space to breathe and recollect themselves, as the Eye of Agamotto by Neil is going to have some CC going on, but we still stay alive because NX has that Rage of Voltron for the sustain.
Now it's just a trade of ultimates. It's going to force out the visible boundary. Neil takes to the high ground, but look at the sustain from the Ultron on the high-end Human Torch. It's going to be a it's going to be a bad rush for Dr. Strange right now as Neil tries to take the aggression, but rips right up with there. Push everyone back, and we'll get the drop onto Neil. NX with the drop onto Akame, sending the 2 duelists back into the storm. Now the Cosmic Revival comes out. Hopefully they're able to bring back the momentum for Uwinks.
Hopefully, that was a jump here by Dr. Strange to help out the Flyers in the sky. They're going to just give a little bit of ground here. I have Agamotto, Basuko, and we see that he's actually able to get a 2-person, make that a 4-person pick off just because of a great eye. And now it's only Neil that's holding up shop, and Neil's the only one that could have teleported back. So it seems like Crazy Raccoons has checkmated Uwinks here in Dom. Yeah, it was actually,
obviously the Human Torch.
Wonder what kind of along with Hyan looking for the finishing blow, and they're able to actually take the numbers game to their advantage as Uwinks is trying to reel back here and try to figure out how they're able to stop the march of Crazy Raccoons.
Jeez, I mean, these Crazy Raccoons are looking really strong right now. 5-15 on the point as this cart comes chugging along, and they do the signature. They're not backing out right. They want to build the next supernova to make it interesting, but Yaruto caught out in a terrible position. Not enough support coming in their way, so JT3 just knocks Groot's head off. And they're not resting in their laurels. They want to press the issue. They want to get their ultimates online to stop Crazy Uwinks from ever taking map control.
That is true. I just think that they're so precise when it comes to just focusing onto one target, just making sure the first domino piece falls, or at least the first card piece in House of Cards to fall. And it seems like Neil within the crossfires. Rage of Ultron for Rage of Ultron here. NX with the sustain, and he's also able to take out the Ultron on the side of Uwinks. The objective has not stopped moving.
Absolutely diabolical right now. Yotoru on the Venom just to be able to play some stall. Will give their life for it, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Possibly able to regroup with the rest of Uwinks that want to be able to burst through. But look at the coverage coming from Crazy Raccoons all around this choke point, using the environment to their advantage. So Uwinks will have to kind of back out. But look, Crazy Raccoons are really on top of it, knowing to reposition themselves. And Lastros already got their ultimate online. Doesn't need it as a supernova will come in hot.
Just like clockwork, right? They're not coming out. Oh, they're coming on this spot here. Gets the choke, pushes him towards the tornado of fire, and just offense coming on in. Freedom charge of the charge of Crazy Raccoons to capture the second point. It's still a numbers game at the end of the day, and we see the invisible boundary to counter the Feast of the Abyss. Ripasuko taking out Fuyukan, and they're just constantly staggered at this point. Uwinks trying to hold, but unfortunately Crazy Raccoons is going to dominate this point and unlock it as we march down the tunnel.
Unbelievable performance, right? I mean, Uwinks put up a huge fight, but this will be the most important part of contention. As high-end doesn't wait for the tunnel, right? You want to be able to push past it immediately, and that's the aim of the game. Even JT3 is right up with there, trying to draw away and possibly force some cooldowns. But okay, Akame with the Galactic Legends gonna work their magic, but beautiful Meteor M from JT3, absolutely shutting it down instantly at the point of notice.
What a response. Once Galactic Legend was used, the solo ult, we go for the Meteor M. Now we're free to use the Rage of Ultron, says NX. We're still cleaning up shop here. All team fights has been won by Crazy Raccoons, and we're still marching Clintar down this lane. We're done with the tunnel, by the way, so the Flyers can run rampant here, and now they're forced into their spawn rooms here.
I mean, look, the pressure coming from the Human Torch is unbelievable. You don't want to press out because you're just giving the Johnny Blaze more fuel for their next ultimate. Is right now Crazy Raccoons, you know, just looking so good. That's the Supernova already online from him, just providing so much damage. Rage of Ultron tries to fire things back, but Akame looking fire on these Flyers, but the sustain against Crazy Raccoons is too much.
And now Eternal Bond just to add more pressure onto the objective here. Seongun gets a piece and Axeleo gets taken out. So it seems like Uwinks are going to have to just hold on to the point as so much time is left on the clock. They don't even need a Warlock. And they're still constantly just adding more pressure. They're forced to backline here, and there's only one person left onto the objective. Crazy Raccoons now. Constant pressure, constantly always a step ahead in this matchup, and they're still just ahead in terms of utility.
Unbelievable work for
Crazy Raccoons. Have 3 checks to cash here. Man, they were able to deny that takeover very well, and now the stagger is real here. Uwinks, they got to think of something, because Crazy Raccoons are not giving them any ground for them to walk on.
Yeah, they didn't even burn any ultimate, right? They're sitting on a comfy, like 5 of them, just able to work their magic. Akame trying to open up things, but Heian's just there to maybe deny. Oh, a huge choke slam onto the Toru. And now with the Vanguard out of the way, Heian has free reign on this back line to rain fire tornadoes and just hold everything back. We talk about the aggression that Crazy Raccoons has. This is, you know, prime time masterclass of it.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the way that they're just able to just control them away from point that they're not even able to get it. And look at that, just countered this Galactic Legend with the Meteor M, but JT3 actually getting taken out by Ultron. So now this could be the first domino piece to fall into place of Uwinks, and the Rage of Ultron is going to help them out. Hyan is going to try and stop the Rage of Ultron from getting any more pickoffs here, and JT3 immediately switching to the Angela here to just get everyone off the objective.
Still have the invisible boundary helped by Sung-Hoo, and that might come in, but they're not wanting to use that just yet. They feel like they still have well within control. They're trying to get Angela out of action here with some focused fire, but sustain from Neo is great! And talking about sustain, it's just going to pick onto JT3, so it'll be Uwinks just soaring it straight into the point.
Wow, just the invisible boundary at the edge of the point for them to just keep containing, and they're still able to hold. They weren't able to even get a kick multi, and Crazy Raccoon still holds strong here as Uwinks try to get Elim after Elim. JT3 now making it 2v1 up against the Mantis here, so we're still able to hold. Uwinks now finally, Akama FPS is gonna go uncontested with the Galactic Legend.
Trying to find a pick, though we'll find a second with Angela hot on their heels, but nothing was to come out from it now. The Rage of Ultron will be cleaning up shop. Uwinks look like they're in good control here. NX on the strange, the Desperation Sport does come out, and that's gonna be Heian coming with the Supernova, attacking this backline. He'll immediately out of action, but Alexio will counter that right off the ring.
Okay, and we do see that Angela was able to actually establish a bit of dominance here on Uwinks' side. They're still holding quite strong, but the numbers game, NX is going to get kidnapped just to push them away. Yotoru as well. JT3 wants the 1v1 Angela. Cayenne onto the Spider-Man just to add more bodies to the point as JT3 has to maneuver his way out, and just like that, Uwinks are off the point, and now Aya Magamoto just for the crowd control. Captain America still stays alive with his shield, but not for long, says Ripasuko.
Rip does get, oh, and he's just able to push them out.
Turnovers, the torch plays.
That's